everyone. Thank you so much for choosing to tune in to our holiday alive and kicking greeting message for you. What we thought we'd do this year is give you a little bit of a refresher for those of you who have seen our above and below the line message. Beth!
Hi, Fran!
Hi! Happy holidays!
Happy
Oh,
holidays!
it's so good to see you. So great to have you here with us to share with all of our customers who have seen our above and below the line message. And what we thought we'd do this year is to frame it in terms of how do we stay above the line and avoid being below the line for Christmas. So do you think we should review a little bit above and below the line though?
I definitely think we should. Yeah,
Awesome.
I definitely think we should. And you know, whether you celebrate Christmas or not, you might celebrate Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, anything that you prefer to celebrate during these holiday season or this holiday period. Sometimes it can be very stressful and it can cause us to go below the line. So what we want to do is just give you a little gift, a little reminder, and some of our tips. So let's have a quick review of what it is to be below the line.
So let's remember our definition,
Yes.
right? Remember the definition. To be below the line means to have the smallest of unspoken negative thought. Even the most fleeting thing, it doesn't even have to last very long, but any negative thought, boink, pushes us straight below the line in that moment of time, doesn't it? So what do we want to talk about below the line?
Well, I thought it would be worthwhile because during the holiday period, we experience some emotions that would be negative, some behavior
Definitely.
that can cause us to experience negative emotions, and some language that can color our experience in a way that is less than pleasant. So let's review what some of those emotions would be, and especially those that are
Definitely.
likely to be experienced during the holiday period. So some emotions, Fran. What are some emotions
Do you
that
know what? Sometimes I actually get a little bit sad at Christmas because sometimes I miss some people. I miss some family members and so on. How about you?
Sad, yeah. My family's all on the other side of the world, you know, except my
Yeah.
two children. But one of my children is on the other side of the country. So I actually miss my children, you know,
Yeah,
especially when we're not
absolutely.
able to be together. Sad. Sometimes I get a bit frustrated when things
Oh.
don't go frustrated. How do you spell it? There we go. Frustrated. Especially, you know, shopping and that pressure to feel like I've got to buy the perfect gift for someone. To feel
Definitely.
stressed.
Definitely. And you know what stresses me out the most? All the cooking and the cleaning and trying to get everything ready and be totally perfect and have it all done on time and still keep working. Oh my goodness, that's really stressful sometimes.
Yeah, so
And
it can.
pressure.
We might feel overloaded,
Definitely.
right? And when we feel overloaded, we're definitely not going to be at our best, right? So these emotions,
sure.
I'm sure you've all experienced some of these emotions, even other emotions. Those are just a few. And when we're experiencing these emotions, these negative emotions, it can cause us to behave in a way that's, again, less than pleasant. What are some
Definitely.
behaviors that might show up this
Do you know
holiday?
what? As much as I hate myself for doing it, sometimes I get a bit snappy with those people that I love the most.
What do you mean, Fran?
No! Oh, don't stop doing that.
Yeah. Now, of course, we're joking when we're doing this, but these are real behaviors that we all engage in from time to time. Getting snappy, being short with people, and okay, just a little clarification here. I am on the shorter side. That's not what I mean by that. It means not having enough time and just maybe cutting other people off and not really listening very well. So if I not listen to people very well,
Maybe I might interrupt people from time to
What
time
do you
if
mean
I
by
want
that,
to do
Fran? What do you mean,
storytelling.
interrupting?
I
I don't
know,
understand
we
how
never
people do
interrupt
that.
each
I
other.
never
We
interrupt
never speak
people,
over each
yeah.
other. I know. That never happens.
No. So these are some things that I know we're having a fun time here, but these are some things that might show up. Maybe even yelling or giving people the silent
Treatment.
What are some of the behaviors, as you're listening to us, reflect on some of the behaviors that you have seen in others, that you can anticipate are coming up for the holidays, that you've maybe witnessed yourself doing if you're really good at self-observing. What are the behaviors, Fran? Let's put a couple more up.
Gosh, you know, sometimes I forget to use the most positive approach with people. I forget my pleases and thank yous. And yeah, even in my emails, I've noticed sometimes if I'm feeling really stressed, I don't actually take the time to build rapport very well. Gosh. Other thing, and I did this myself the other day, so I'm feeling a little bit bad about it. I was actually really rude on the road.
Rude.
Yeah, I know.
Others.
So somebody was driving beside me and did something that was not very nice, and I reciprocated by doing something not very nice back. So, a bit bossy.
Yeah, being rude. I could actually go really in depth here, but I think I better not. I think we get a good idea. What about some
Yeah.
language, Fran? What's some language?
Sometimes if I'm getting really stressed and really, really frustrated, I might actually change my language from a more positive to a more negative focus. So things like, that can't be done. That's never going to happen before Christmas.
What about the you shoulds?
Oh, you should know better.
Or you
You
shouldn't.
shouldn't do that.
Mm.
Exactly right. Oh, it's hopeless. And Beth, were you wrong?
No, I wasn't wrong. I was completely, it was you the one when we make others
Others
wrong.
Kind of behavior and language together, isn't it? Making other people wrong.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? Back to another behavior, Fran.
Mm.
Blame. Remember how we
Oh.
talk about people play the blame game when they go below the line?
Definitely.
Which is normal. It's normal. I mean, all of this behavior, these emotions, these behaviors, this language, all sorts of, this is humans showing up.
Exactly. And hey, you know what? I think we'd better talk a little bit about some of the animals, some of the creatures that show
yeah.
up when we're below the line. I know you're all remembering the
drama fish.
drama
Oh my gosh.
fish.
Yeah.
Exactly. So what was it about the drama fish that you can remember most especially? Was it the ability to whinge and complain about absolutely everything and become a total victim?
And talk about
Woe
others.
is me.
Gossiping. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Talking about the problem, but not to the person that they could actually, go directly to perhaps solve it. And sometimes that drama fish loses its fins, grows legs, instead of showing up at work, shows up at the holiday celebrations.
Definitely.
Aunt Misery.
Oh, and something is always wrong with Aunt Misery. She always has a complaint and a whinge about absolutely everything. It's like she sucks the energy right out of you.
Yeah, that really is the effect. It sucks that holiday energy and that joy, and it just plummets right down to real sadness. And again, that
Woe
frustrated feeling,
is
stress.
me.
And she always has a story that can top someone else's.
Else's.
It's that much. Misery loves company.
Exactly.
And she likes to share that misery with lots and lots. So there's that creature. What's that other creature, Fran?
Do you remember?
I sure do.
You ready? Dum dum.
Ta-da! The old octopus on the face syndrome, right? What's that syndrome again? We call this scotoma, right? So I know you guys are, open your eyes. Are you laughing so hard that you can hardly see anymore, right? You know you love it when Fran and I do this, don't you? What is the octopus on the face? What's that scotoma again, Fran?
So scotoma means a blindness that we bring on for ourselves. When we're doing something and we don't even recognize that we're doing it, and I have a personal story.
Oh, Fran.
So, I teach this stuff, but it doesn't mean that I get it perfect all the time. And I actually started with some of these behaviors. Norm and I, my husband, were doing a big event this last weekend, and I got really short and snappy with him and started to just lash out because I was stressed. And he actually had to remind me and went, can you see yourself? Can you hear yourself, Fran? Do you know you're doing this? I had no idea. So there was the octopus on the face.
And what a beautiful
It happens.
reminder. Yeah, it does happen. Because I think it's worthwhile reminding ourselves that all of these behaviors, whether we go below the line, whether we speak in a certain way that's below the line, whether we feel emotions that are below the line, it's completely natural for us to go above and below the line.
Yeah.
Because it means you're human. Fran,
That's
what
it.
are some of the emotions that are above the line?
Let's talk about above the line.
Yeah.
What a great idea. Okay, so some emotions above the line. You know what? One of the most powerful for me is I feel really grateful for a lot of the things that I have in life, a lot of my wonderful friends, the experiences that I have. How about you?
Oh, you know what? When I actually think about the things that I have been given, the things that I feel blessed with, my friends, my family, my health, when I stop and I actually put my hand on my heart, that really helps me get in touch with the things that are truly, truly important to me.
Well, that's even a behavior for above the line, isn't it? To do something like that, put the hand on the heart.
And remind
Most
myself
definitely.
of the people that I love, the things that I have in my life that really make me happy. When I feel happiness, gratitude, joy. Oh, I love this one. This one. Peace. Or peaceful. Feeling calm. You know, all of
How
these.
about laughter?
Oh yeah, laughter. Would you
That's
put-
one of my favorite. I
laughter,
love to have
yeah.
a good laugh. And that could be both an emotion to feel that something is funny. It could also be a behavior that we have. And speaking of behaviors above the line, Beth, what if we were to think about doing the opposite of drama fish? Because drama fish tells the story to stay in the negative all the time. Gossip.
Yeah.
What if we were to actually tell a positive story above the line?
Oh yeah. What if we compliment people?
Definitely.
And if we point out the positive things, if we look for the positive things, those of you that remember the reticular activating system, switching on the RAS, when you start looking for negative things, you're going to see them in plentitude. If you start looking for positive things, you're also going to see those in abundance.
And Beth, I just have to tell you, doesn't she look totally amazing in an elf hat? You look great!
Oh, thank you, Fran. That's great. I love your hair. I hardly ever get to see it down. It's just so wonderful. And I do mean that. I do really mean that. And I know we're making this video and you guys go, no, of course Beth is going to say something like that. But this is something that Fran and I do quite a lot. We actually stop and we actually look and say, hey, what's going on? What's new for you? Hey, I like you. I'm always talking to you, telling you to wear your hair down. I know you think it's a little bit frizzy, but I want you to write in and tell us, what do you think of Fran's hair? Do you like it? Do you want to see more of her hair down? I think we definitely do. All right, anyway, back to some other behaviors.
So some above the line language.
Yes,
even.
yes, language.
So,
I'm going to do the other side.
Complimentary language. But what about just having some of our kind courtesies? Thank you, please, you're welcome, may I, would it be all right if? All of that really lovely above the line message that we've spoken about. And I'm hoping some of you have done our negative positive language. If you haven't, ask us for that one, because it goes directly into all of that.
So when we say you're welcome, thank you, please, you know, all of those kinds of things, when we point out the positive things and we use words that are going to help people feel good. One of the things I think I would like to add to this behavior list, Fran, is not pointing out things that might cause someone to feel. Because sometimes, and I love this saying, sometimes the kindest words are those that remain unsaid.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
perhaps not saying
Just
something.
because you think it doesn't mean it has to come out of your mouth.
That's right.
Most definitely. So we've got our below the line emotions, behaviors, and language. We've got some above the line emotions, behaviors, and language. But let's go back to those most important above the line attributes. One of them is remembering that we always have choice.
Yes.
And it's your choice. Your attitude is your choice. How you choose to embrace this holiday season is absolutely up to you, as long as you stay in a conscious awareness space. Beth, what's the other one that's really
Taking
important?
100% responsibility for the words that come out of your mouth, the emotions that you feel. Every emotion you feel is very important information. Be responsible for that and take responsibility for that. If you're angry, that's fine. Own it. It's your anger, your emotion. No one makes you angry. No one makes you happy. You
That's right.
choose that yourself. And when you take responsibility for the words that come out of your mouth, the behavior that your body engages in, and the emotions that you're feeling, and acknowledging that you're human, then you are above the line. So, from Fran, myself, Joe, and Jamie Lee, the whole Alive and Kicking family, we want to wish you and your family the best holiday season. So Merry
Happy
Christmas.
holidays. Merry Christmas to everyone.
Bye.